Let's talk about the MVP award. It's official. The regular season is over, and before we get into playoffs and we get into the play-in tournament, we start making playoff predictions, I wanted to just put all my awards out there, get it out the way, and just, put it out there before the NBA does. And I'm not even gonna make you wait to the end of the video to see my MVP pick. We're gonna do that first at the top of the video. MVP was tough for me. Y'all know I'm a Joel Embiid fan. I'm a Sixers fan. Joel Embiid's my guy. Joel, Jokic, and Giannis have been amazing all season long, and all of them have been super deserving. Heck, even at one point in the season, we were talking about the likes of Kevin Durant, we were talking about Steph Curry, we were talking about Luka, we were talking about Jason Tatum at one point. All of these people at one point were involved in the MVP conversations. Heck, I on some Reddit threads and some tweet threads, I even saw some SGA thrown in the mix. MVP was tough for me because, like I said, to me, all these guys are deserving. I know for a lot of people, it's turned into kind of a two-man race between Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic, but Giannis Antetokounmpo is truly and deservedly in the mix with those guys. It really is a three-man race to me. And as we all know, I am a Sixers fan. I've been a Sixers fan forever, but my MVP pick, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off, is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis has been absolutely phenomenal this season. We just saw the tweet going viral this morning that he, along with Wilt Chamberlain, are only people to average 30 points, 10 boards, and 5 assists on 50% from the field. And Giannis is the only one to do that on 55% from the field. Giannis is the best player on the best team. And the second best player, Chris Middleton, has only played in 33 games this season. I've praised Jrue Holiday all season long and how much he's stepped up. But truthfully speaking, he has not fully replaced the production of Chris Middleton, and the Bucks are still number one in the East and in the NBA in general. And to me, that's because of Giannis. Giannis has been consistently dominating both sides of the court all season long. And as much as I want Joel Embiid to win the award, truthfully, I do. If I want Joel Embiid to win, I think he is going to win. I do think he is going to win. But ironically, if I had a vote, I would vote for Giannis first, then Joel Embiid, then Jokic, then I'd probably go, honestly, Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell. I don't have anything negative to say about the other candidates. I'm not one of those people who think you got to push down a candidate just to big up yours. Giannis is my pick. I think everybody's deserving, and we all know I'm rooting for Joel. Moving on to the next award. Next, we're going to do Defensive Player of the Year. I'm going with Jaren Jackson Jr. here. I was split between him and Brook Lopez. Like I said, we just ripping the Band-Aids off on these awards. I'm just going to tell you what I picked. I'm going with Jaren Jackson Jr. To me, when he was on the court, best defender in basketball. In pick and roll coverage, protecting the rim, switchability, the best defender in basketball, in my opinion. Now, when you look at it, he does have a significant minutes played difference between him and Brook. And for a while, most of the season, I was giving the nod to Brook Lopez for Defensive Player of the Year because I liked the consistency that I was seeing. But I had to be honest with myself, of my thought of Defensive Player of the Year is who was the best defender in the NBA this season? And to me, hands down, is Jaren Jackson Jr. Sixth Man of the Year was fun for me. I think there's a lot of good names in the mix. Malcolm Brogdon is up there. Emmanuel Quickley is up there. But my pick is Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis, for me, not only does he bring offense off the bench for the Bucks, he brings amazing defense as well. They can swap Bobby for Brook Lopez. I've seen them swap Bobby for Giannis. Bobby has played with Giannis and Brook on the floor as well because he can knock down a jumper a little bit. And he's added so much to his game. We already talked about his jump shot has gotten more and more reliable over the years. He low-key got a little post-fade midi. It don't happen every game, but when I see it, I love it. I love what he brings to this team. He brings the energy. And to me, he really does embody what a six-man can do. And I like it that he's a big. For most improved for me, truthfully, it was a mix between Lauri Markkanen and Nick Claxton. I know a lot of people are going to have SGA on their ballots, and a lot of people might wonder if SGA is on my ballot. Is he in the mix? To me, and what I think of the most improved player award, I know we gave it to Ja, and I didn't love that, truthfully. And I think that might have started to set the NBA down a precedent of somebody going from basically a star to a superstar, like all NBA caliber guy. But to me, when I think of MIP, I think of a guy who was maybe just solid, someone that not everybody knew about and takes that leap to be an all-star caliber player. And for me, that's Lauri Markkanen to a T. No disrespect to SGA. I love his game, but truthfully, I've loved SGA ever since he got traded to the Thunder. So I've been paying attention to his game. So I saw, I'm gonna put in quotation marks, I saw this leap coming. But to me, Lauri came out of nowhere. Absolutely love what he's done for the Utah Jazz this season. He's the MIP to me. Also had to show some love to Nick Claxton because he's showed up a lot this season for the Nets. A team that went through a ton of turmoil, huge stepped up defensively. I just wanted to give him a nod. I don't know how many votes he'll actually get when it comes down to the award, but I wanted to give him a nod because the way he stepped up a lot for a team that desperately needed a reliable center, he became that for them. Rookie of the year, I'm going Paolo Banchero. I know Jalen Williams was having a buzz these last about month and a half, 2 months of the season, but it's rookie of the year, not rookie of March. So for me, Paolo's been doing it all season long. I love what he's doing. I'm so excited to see the rest of his career and that Magic team just as in general. We gonna make a video about the Magic this summer. Like, I'm really looking forward to watching the Magic. And also, I wanted to show some love to Walker Kessler. I don't think he really is rookie of the year candidacy for real, but I love what he's done defensively for the Jazz this season. He's been absolutely phenomenal. They made a trade that we all thought they were going to miss their defensive impact center, and turns out they had one in the draft the whole time. Coach of the year was a fun one for me. There were a lot of really good coaches this season. You had Joe Mazzulla step up and go from an interim position to the full-time position with the Celtics. I want to give a shout out to Thunder's coach, Mike Daigneault. I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize. I don't necessarily think he's in a lot of people's ballots or real conversation for Coach of the Year. A lot of people projecting him to be a lottery team, a team that would be way towards the bottom of the conference. They at least made the play-in. They made their season exciting. Is he really in the conversation for Coach of the Year? Truthfully, no. But I wanted to give him a shout out. My Coach of the Year has got to be Kings head coach Mike Brown. Going into this season, I went to look at my season predictions going into this season, and I thought the Kings were going to be 11 seed. I thought they were going to just miss the play-in, and the Kings have truthfully blown my expectations out of the water. Part of it, of course, is the play of the players, but I have to give respect to Mike Brown and what the offense that he's brought to this team, the schemes he's brought to this team, the confidence that he's, I think, imbued in some of these players. Mike Brown, to me, deserves Coach of the Year. All right, now let's get into some of these All-NBA and All-Defensive teams. We'll do All-Defensive first, starting with All-Defensive first team. At the guard spots, we got Drew Holiday and Alex Caruso. At the forward spots, Jaren Jackson and Draymond Green. And at center, of course, Brook Lopez. All-Defensive second team, the guard spots, I have OG Anunoby, and I hate that I'm putting him here because he's making me not like him as a player, but I gotta respect his game. Dillon Brooks, second guard spot for all defensive second team. Jaden McDaniels and Evan Mobley fill out my forward positions for the second team. And then the center spot for the second team, I gotta go Bam Adebayo. When he's on the court, Miami's defense is still really, really good. He's phenomenal. I love the way Bam Adebayo plays defense. I wish the Miami Heat were a better team so more people would recognize that, but I still love Bam's defense. Rolling right into the All-NBA first team, I have Donovan Mitchell and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander filling out my guard spots. I got Jason Tatum and Giannis Antetokounmpo for my forwards, and Joel Embiid is my center. All-NBA second team is where I have Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, Nikola Jokic. And finally, All-NBA third team, Damian Lillard, De'Aaron Fox, Jaylen Brown, Julius Randle, Domantas Sabonis. A lot of deserving guys this season for All-NBA or All-Defensive spot. It was tough when I started getting nitpicky when I'm looking at some of the games played for some of these guys. A lot of these guys you're going to see are in like low 60s in terms of games played. Some of them you might see high 50s in terms of games played. But for me, since the new CBA rule where a person has to play 65 games to qualify for these awards doesn't come into place until next season, and considering how many people in the NBA missed a significant amount of games, I was okay with lowering my own little mental, game requirement to let some of these guys in. Those are all of my awards. And funny enough, I just realized that we forgot to do a rookie team, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. I'm happy with this list. Let me know who would make your all rookie first and second team down below in the comments, since I forgot to make my list. I'm excited to get these playoffs and playing games underway. You already know, if you made it this far, you are a real one, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.